know, just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome in my Welcome to this week's Tell You What podcast. This episode's proudly sponsored by rainbowcompetitions.com. As we've said every week, they are still finding their feet. So their fan base is low, so your chance of winning is a lot higher. And we have a great discount code. If you use Tell You What 20 when you're checking out, you get 20% off your order. And check them out. Rainbowcompetitions.com. They go live every Friday at 12:30 with who wins, who doesn't win, great prizes. Check them out. And with that, welcome to this week's episode of the Tell You What podcast with me, your very hungover host, Al Jamar, and my bright-eyed and bushy-tailed co-host, Sean McAlevey. Welcome to the show.
Everyone's going to absolutely hate this week because Talal's going to be sitting on the back burner here. So it's McAlevey talking sports for a full hour while he recovers. You were away at a stag do over the weekend. I tell you what, though, right? Before we get into any sports news, we're going to be talking about Champions League here. First thing coming around the corner here. But for a man that, you don't get out much, let's just say, you've held it together.
I produced, I would say... Without a doubt, I roll back the years. I'm trying to think of a comparison of somebody. You know what it was? Thierry Henry's return against Leeds FA Cup.
Yeah, unbelievable.
As the commentator said that day, I may be cast in bronze, but I'm capable of delivering truly golden moments, and that's what I did at the weekend.
That's absolutely class. It's like Henry. Do you know whenever Henry came back and he goes, "It was the first time I ever played football and scored a goal as a fan." That's you. It's the first time I ever went out and stag do as an actual fan.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So, great time at the stag, which I will get into that later.
We'll get into that. Let's all get into the big news of the week. I was willing to record this podcast last week. That's how excited I was to chat about the Champions League. We'll not get to do that voiceover bit because fucking
definitely not.
Voice cracks. Going back to UFC 13. Goes that high. But yeah, the Champions League is back. Before we talk about Arsenal, there is another game on, so we may as well touch on it for 3 seconds. Inter Milan versus Bayern Munich. Now, I'm just going to say quickly, don't really care, but I think Inter Milan go through over the 2 legs.
They are a very good outfit. I think that Inter do win. Though Bayern Munich have been playing well this season, I think, in the Bundesliga. Just that Harry Kane thing.
It just is, yeah. I don't even see them getting past Inter. Like, I think they might scrape a one. I know, like, if you like. Yeah, don't even bother turning that Bayern Munich Inter Milan game on. We all know what's going to happen. The Italians are going to come out, sit in banks of 5 in front of the keeper. An absolute masterclass. And probably take it to the second leg, nick a penalty and win 1-0. So let's hope that's what happens. And Harry Kane, he gets one step closer to coming to Arsenal next season. And if he wants to win stuff. Under your boyhood club. All right.
Yes.
But
welcome home, Harry.
The big news. Arsenal, Real Madrid. I actually cannot tell you how excited I am. Like, this is I'm telling you now, I was at the Arsenal-Barcelona game where Jack Wilshere came out and the 1-2-1 I've talked about many times this podcast. This is if I wasn't sick on work last week when I was genuinely sick, I would have pulled a sickie for this tomorrow or booked the day off. I am, and I don't want to drink. I don't want to go to the pub. I don't want to go anywhere. I just want to sit in the house and watch Arsenal probably get hammered.
It's that old phrase, be careful what you wish for. There was years, Sean, I wished for big Champions League nights back at the Emirates. I have got what I've wished for now. What I would like our best defender this year to be fit. Yes.
That is a joke, isn't it? Like see when he went down, Saka's coming back on the pitch, in the second half, and he goes down. And it wasn't even one of them ones you're like, maybe he banged his knee against something. It was just running back, pulls the hamstring, Gabriel out. And he just goes, eyes out to the end of the season. Yep, another one.
Yeah. Saka coming back, scoring, beautiful, beautiful moment. Tears in my eyes. But then Gabriel. Also, I hope Arsenal do it right tomorrow.
In what way?
And they don't. And I actually think we need to give Madrid the ball.
See, I think Madrid are too cute. I think Madrid's going to purposely give us the ball. They're going to go, yep, Tap it around
Because,
and we'll just counterattack against you. Because
because
that's what he does. He sets up in Champions League like that and goes, I don't care. Philosophy, principles, I just want to win this game. He doesn't care.
yeah. So it's like when we have a lot of the ball, we look so shit. Like, so I'm like, even against Everton on Saturday, I was like, which did put a bit of a dampener on the stag do for a couple of hours. A lot of Arsenal men on that stag do, but we got a goal by a counter attack. We never looked like scoring before that at all.
Year, I haven't seen all year. See when we countered and scored, I just went, "What the fuck? Why have we not been doing that all season?" Trossard rolling back the years himself. It's hard. It's hard to say. Like for years, me and you have suffered as Arsenal fans. Like you watch United in these big games and Liverpool playing big champ. So it is nice to be the team in it, but you just know if it doesn't go your way, you're getting absolutely like. I'm afraid to say anything in this podcast because I know what can happen.
So here's the thing, right? It's like as long as we're still in it for the second leg. No, I am quietly confident because it's at home. But my fear is if it's like a 1-1 or whatever, if we don't win tomorrow, it's going to be very hard for us to win in the Bernabeu. But history is on our side.
I actually think if we get a 0-0 or go with any form of lead and they have to come out and play in the Bernabeu, that suits us better. Like we know what's coming in the Bernabeu. It's just I don't want them to sit in really deep tomorrow and and then we get caught with a few goals in the counter attack because then it's over. If we're losing going to the Bernabeu, it's finished. There's no way you can turn that around.
See, I think this game is like hugely massive for Arteta.
Yeah, it is.
Because if we get embarrassed over 2 legs, the pressure is now he won't get sacked, but the fan base will turn. There's no doubt about it. Like, no doubt about it. But if you
say for example, this is the thing that I'm holding on hope there, right? See if you didn't watch Arsenal in the Premier League, didn't know it existed, and only watched them in the Champions League, you'd go, these boys can go and win it. Like we have been class in the Champions League this season.
There's absolutely no doubt about it. We have a team good enough to compete with Real Madrid. Mm-hmm. Madrid aren't maybe the team they were a few years ago, but they're still a very good team, obviously. But I look at the starting 11 and go, who's gonna step up on those nights? Yeah. Saka he's just back. You know what I mean? And we don't even have they have so many players who can just pull one out of the bag. Like they have been more of they've been more of a team of individuals this year rather than a team. Real Madrid, they just have players who can just produce something out of absolutely nothing. Mbappe, Vinny Jr., Valverde. You could name off 5 or 6 there. Arsenal have Bukayo Saka. And after that, you're sort of going, who's the player that's going to do something special?
In my head, I don't know why, but this is what I'm going to put my neck on the line. I said I was afraid to talk, but I think Mikel Merino is going to do a madness tomorrow. I think he's going to. I think Merino's going to bang do 3 headers or something like that. I think he's going to go mad. Maybe Calafiori. I don't know. Just the unlikely hero. I think
he's out injured. Calafiori, I think, and I think Jurgen Timbers. Now, what I would do is play Kieran Tierney.
Here, I don't know what Kieran Tierney has done something to Mikel Arteta's family. I don't know what that man's done to deserve not being played. He came on against Everton and put in he's done it about 3-4 times a season. He comes on in a token gesture game almost and just whips in the baddest ball into the box that we should score from. He should have about 5 assists this season in about 5 minutes of game time. He
doesn't suit how Arsenal play. Ultimately, I know, but that's why I'd be like, start him.
Yeah.
Start him. And because if we're going to play him, Marino's going to play up top, I think, actually.
He will.
And sometimes just put the ball in the box. So you know what? Yeah. It's worked from the day football started. It worked for many a year.
Yep.
Put the ball in the box. But they don't have the best defense.
No, they don't. And Rudiger hasn't really been fit. So he's only coming back into it as well and sort of building his game time as well. And I think, I know we sound crazy, but I actually do think this Real Madrid team isn't the Real Madrid team that it has been in the past. And also this Arsenal team probably hasn't been as good as it was last year. But I think it's there for the taking. Like I'm far happier playing Real Madrid than Atletico Madrid. I'll say that much.
Yes. Now, I always used to like being away first, and then if you
Yeah.
have to do something in the home leg, you're there. But with away goals, it doesn't really matter.
It's hard to say. Like if Arsenal won, it's just I'm being completely hypothetical here. If Arsenal won 3-0 tomorrow, I wouldn't be putting my money on Arsenal to go through. Not second leg.
I do think Arsenal can keep a team at bay
Yeah.
for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
So I suppose that's with Gabriel there. You have Kivior, who, like, Kivior he's probably a really good lad, right?
Yeah.
And he's a good player.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to be a top club, he's a league or round 3 of the League Cup player.
Yep.
But then here, Calafiori's injured, Timber's injured. We do have, so he probably wouldn't have been playing, only Calafiori's injured over, but or even Ben White.
There's probably Ben White going to centre back.
Oh, but I actually quite like him at right back. If Timber's fit, I'd play Timber.
See, if I see Thomas Partey tomorrow at right back, I'm going to go to the Emirates and burn the place to the ground. Like, he's been the best centre defensive mid in Europe, and he's dropping into right back.
If I see Partey at right back, I'm putting a rant on TikTok, and that's because I need. I don't care.
It's time to go, blood.
I will be exactly. But yeah. So, but no, look, you have to have. It's not like It's not like when we're in Champions League when Wenger was there. We're like, oh, I just knew you were going to get tanked. Yeah. I don't think we're going to get tanked. I really don't.
Let's do. I think people are interested. Let's do our combined 11. What do we think should be fielded tomorrow? Starting goalkeeper David Raya. Right back Timber.
Right back Ben White. I'm gonna presume you're in Timber's fit, so I'm gonna put Ben White.
Ben White's going where? Sorry, right back.
Yes.
Okay, and that mean Timber left back.
No, Lewis. No, I would play Tierney left back. Lewis Skelly for me is just needs to chill out a wee bit.
It takes too many risks.
So I would Kieran Tierney left back because he will give you a 10 out of 10. Like, he will give you
imagine Vinny Jr. or Mbappe are not 1-on-1 against Tierney. Like, he's going to get absolutely spun. Like,
it's fair enough, actually. Sorry. So we'll go Lewis Skelly left back, Timber and Saliba, two centre backs.
Interesting.
I'm going Daki Rice.
Yep. Deco.
Sorry, Partey, Daki Rice. Odegaard. And then I would go Martinelli, Saka, and Marino. Sorry, I would go Saka. I would Saka, Trossard, and Marino. I'd bring Martinelli on.
I think I'd start Martinelli. Bring Trossard on. I think Trossard's the best off the bench player in the league. Well, he can be. He can be, yeah. And you can stick him down the middle as well. I don't know. I would go across the back. Ben White right back. Kivior is going to play a centre back. Saliba, and then Mazu Skelly left back. Same midfield three you have. Although Odegaard has been horrendous. Like, I mean, couldn't hit a barn door.
Awful. He's awful.
Like, I don't know. I think he'll step up tomorrow, but I don't mean step up as in like fucking press from the front. I actually need him to get assists and be good on the ball. Like,
yeah.
And then same front three: Saka, Marino, and Martin. I'd go Martinelli actually. Martinelli up top. That's my team. And I'm pretty sure that's what he goes. It'd be mad if he doesn't start Marino and goes with like a Trossard false 9 or something crazy, but I can't see it.
It's worried me because he made that change at half time against Everton. Makes me think he wants to see what they're like together as a three. It didn't work, or had it, because it ended up being in. Yeah. I just want to touch on it. At PGMOL, scrap it. VAR, scrap it. No, I was like, it's not even just Arsenal anymore. Like, I'm actually going to give a wee bit of not praise Liverpool, but a wee bit of. Usually, I'm quick to run them down.
Mm-hmm.
Tarkowski nearly ended McAllister's career, like during the week.
That was absolute madness. And they're like, oh, but he took the ball first. I'm like, yeah, but he near took his knee out to fucking Everton Stadium. Man, it was absolutely. And then Well, of course, Tarkowski. So seeing that happen, I was like, of course, fucking, he's not going to. No, I thought he was going to get sent off, and then when he didn't, I'm like, oh fuck, maybe the luck's starting to go against Liverpool. And then of course, Tarkowski is still on the pitch to play against Arsenal for the weekend.
Yes,
like, well, there you go, there you go. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I know.
But it's even that result. Just to go off slightly off topic, but that result against Everton, I was like, right, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Then Liverpool go and get beat. But, and I'm not saying that we would have been back in the title race, because to me it's done. But it just puts a wee bit of skitter up Liverpool.
Yeah, I've seen it before.
But anyway, back to a competition that Liverpool can't win. The Champions League. Really excited for it. Genuinely think we have a chance. It's competition football. Maybe Madrid will probably they could take Arsenal too lightly. Who knows? So
we'll do score predictions here. I think it's going to be I'm in two minds where to go, like an Arsenal 2-0 or Madrid do us. I don't see it like being a draw or anything like that. I think both teams will be very respectful of each other. I'm gonna stick my neck out and go Arsenal 2-0, but that's only based on the fact that I think Madrid might come out and play against us. If they sit in deep, we're fucked. We're gonna get beat 2-0.
Now I think Madrid score. So my heart says 2-1 Arsenal, but my head says 1-1. So I'm gonna go with
everyone is saying 2-1 Arsenal. Like everyone's just going like, but you can see it's just like, oh, it's 2-1 Arsenal. Like, please God, like
I do think it's a 1-1, and I think if we get past Madrid, it's through like on penalties or something. I just think
absolutely
you're right. I would. So yeah, I would. I'm gonna go 1-1.
Fuck, I'm excited. So 1-1, and I'm going 2-0. Yeah, sticking with my 2-0. Bring it on, and then we'll talk about Wednesday's games quickly here. Barcelona, Dortmund, straightforward enough. Barcelona win.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. PSG, Aston Villa. I really think PSG are underestimating Aston Villa.
Aston Villa are a good side, and with Rashford, maybe Asensio could be cup tied, but Rashford looks to be doing well. This is again to go back to Arsenal here. Arsenal said there were no strikers to sign. Villa signed 3.
I know, insane.
And they're all scoring goals.
And here, in fairness, I do think half the Arsenal fan base would have burnt the Emirates to the ground if Rashford came to the club, but we were calling for him. We said he was a good shout.
We did.
I think they just bottled it. But I'm going to say that game, PSG would just look so good against Liverpool, but you just have that fear. Do you know when teams like go all out against someone else and then they're going, oh, we'll get Villa in the next round, and they get caught?
Yeah.
Something stupid happens. But over 2 legs, PSG. I'm going to say PSG win the home leg on Wednesday night. 2-0.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Villa will have got us. Should be very here. They're a very good team and they've done really well. So, but I think their journey stops this round.
Yeah. So that we've actually kind of done things opposite this week. Stuff that's coming up in the sporting world. So you're at your stag do last week. Anything else in the stag do you want to touch on?
Derry, great city.
What a spot.
I'll be back. There's a particular bar called Pater O'Donnell's.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I'm not going to say what happened, right? But genuinely, Talal Jumar, it's the birth of my 2 children, then that 45 minutes of just utter joy.
What do you mean?
And so I walked into Pater O'Donnell's,
right?
And the boy person music, or the boy playing the music hadn't, or maybe he might have been taking a break, but he wasn't playing when I walked in. I got a pint. I then started to hear him play the guitar.
Okay.
And I went to turn around to my mate and he goes, he's not going to play that. There's not a mission he's playing that in a bar in a city.
Right.
And by God did he play it, and it's one of the best versions that I've ever heard. And I sang every word with him.
Was
and
it at
the end, yes. And something came over me, and I'm not like this at all. Nothing. I'm very much no real what's what I'm looking for? I've no real yes in me, right? But when that song finished, right, so everybody was sort of half quiet, I just let the biggest fired up. But I'm so fired up. Like,
here, did you happen to say a 3-word sentence?
No.
Oh right,
Nope.
okay. I thought you were like, because do you ever
Oh
like?
no.
I'm picturing the scene, you know, like the All Ireland gets played in Crow Park, and there's that like da, 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 and then it's always the first bite of shout gets everyone going. Was it like one of those
Yes.
moments?
Oh,
Padrone! And there's
right.
everyone going mad.
And the people are looking at me going, "This guy, he loves it." Like people must look at him going, like his dad must have done a bit of time, or
Yeah.
his dad's painted in the wall of a house somewhere. Um, whenever because I seen some random guy just talking to one of my mates, basically going like, "Jesus, your mate loves it." And he's like,
Yeah.
"Buddy, he's like Nash."
Beautiful.
But to be fair, the singer when he was like it was just banger after banger, right? It was like this is the most literally 45 minutes of banger after banger. And when he came off, I went up and shook his hand. He goes, "That was great, fantastic." I goes, "He on Spotify or anything like that?" Because he definitely genuinely great singer.
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, no, no." And I goes, "Well, you should start something." And he was asking me where I was from and all. I told him. Now, I completely lied.
What did you
Right?
say?
Said I was from a different part of the Middle East because I knew he was going to love it. Knew he was going to love it.
Did you
He
say
gets
you're from
back on
Palestine?
Yes, I loved it. Loved it. Right. He gets back on the guitar. Big shout out to the Palestinian. Aye.
But wait, imagine being from Palestine and actually being here and Derry and actually we came with little boys from Tyrone. I mean, in fairness, being from where you're from anyway, it doesn't fucking make any sense either. But like
No.
Palestine's even more random. You're just like, I had to flee the country there, lad. Fuck's sake. Oh yeah, I love these tunes and all brothers in arms and all. What about fucking Paul
That's what I
Hughes
said.
and the Dagestanis getting on and all? That is mad.
This is what I said to him. I was like, I recognize your struggles because your struggles are similar to our struggles.
That's fucking class.
But here,
And then, do you know what the best that would have been? Like, imagine him like packing up the night, you coming home steaming, and you with like a big McDonald's or something in your hand. He's like, "You're not boycotting them," and you're like, "Ah, the fucking burgers are class."
oh, aye. But it's just one of those where like I just went full in and I was like, may as well enjoy it. But great bar, Pat O'Donnell's class bar, unbelievable.
I don't think I don't really know bars in there. I've never properly been out in Derry before.
Oh, class spot. I'll most definitely be back.
And
But
survived the stag do then, all right then, yeah.
Survive the stag do, yeah. 3 days. Now, if somebody said to me I had to do it again this weekend, it would be a hard no now, to be honest. But every
fortnight.
every once in a while, you know. I like to.
That's class. I've never been on a stag do before. If someone needs to get married or do something, invite me on a stag do. Like,
there's a thing. Just be careful what I say. There's a thing about stag do's that you see a different side of people.
Oh, absolutely. I've heard that. Well,
as in, like,
there's extremes of it, but then there's just like boys that get it let loose a wee bit that sort of don't know.
It is a case of like, same with the age now, most of my friends are married, have children, whatever, but we don't go out anymore, really.
Mm-hmm.
So and then usually say we do go out on like a Saturday night, in the back of our minds, it's like, oh, Jason, I get home, sure, I'll have to be up early in the morning with the children. When you know the next day, the only thing you have to do is drink. You just, it is insane. And but yeah, all good, like all good.
Happy days.
Great bunch of lads. There's no badness, so it's all good. But
that's
lost all of them.
Yeah. It's also close enough to home where you can't go too mental because word will get back. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those kind of places.
And also, if you are getting it tight and you go, I can't do this anymore, just get an Ulster bus, like you're home in 2 hours, like. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I've heard horror stories. I've heard boys that like going through, like boys go to like, I don't know, like Benedino or fucking, I don't know, Portugal and stuff like that. Like, and like after day one, book a flight home. Just like, lads, can't do it anymore.
I know I wasn't on the stag do. It was in Las Vegas, a few years ago, whatever it was. And they were obviously very drunk, and somebody, two mates ended up fighting. He had flew in and flew out of Vegas on the exact same day.
That is insane.
Never even spent the night.
Oh, Jesus Christ. The greatest city on earth, too. How dare. Oh, no.
What the fuck? Yeah, mad.
Fuck
but last thing I'll say about the stag do. So we left the Moy, obviously, because we were going from. We stopped at a shop. I would have been 30 minutes into the journey. There's a restaurant bar kind of beside the shop. Boys were busting for piss. And I went, so you had to go in, and the barman played a blinder. He done the most Sean McAlevey thing ever.
Oh,
right?
wish.
He goes, if you want to go to the toilet, you just have to buy a drink.
Class. My kind of man, like.
So we were stuck for an hour there, like by the time everybody bounced and got a
You
pint.
would have had to like drag people out of the place.
Oh, that's what I'm saying,
Oh god.
But I was just like, that's the most Sean McAlevey thing. Because what bar? And I know like some restaurants or some like takeaways would say if you want to use it, you have to buy something.
Yeah.
But no like countryside bar in the middle of nowhere goes, yeah, you have to. He just seen.
Come like 15 lads just come in and piss and fuck off, like.
And he just went,
with this, man.
oh, why? He just went, if you want to go to the toilet, lads, you just have to buy a drink. And we did.
What a genius. That's not his first rodeo. That boy had all the power in that situation. Although, why would you not just pull over and piss on the side of the road? That's like...
it was during the day. So it's
they say. The word has gone soft.
Yes, that's a very busy road too.
Your stag do, fair enough, yeah. That's not how you want to start off a stag do weekend. Someone getting...
Yeah, exactly. But no, great time at the stag do. And also, I'm here, full Apple man now.
You got the Apple Watch, yeah.
Apple Watch today. Fantastic. Unbelievable.
Last week you were saying about how much you hate Apple. Steve Jobs is a fraud.
Here. But I just, Android and Google in particular had annoyed me that much that I just went full Apple. And the Apple Watch is already more responsive than any Samsung watch I've ever had. So, yeah.
The watch is such a hardcore move. It's so like...
it's such a bad move.
It's just so dramatic. You're like, all these... You've got a new phone, and then next week you're like, new watch as well. Why not? Although I did try and recognize, like, is it too late to tempt you to a Garmin? That's what the real athletes use, boys like me, you know. And you're like, it's already done, said and done. Contracts over the line.
Yeah,
got it sorted. What'd you go for? What kind of Apple Watch is it?
It's like the SE, so it's like the
light version.
Light version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you worry. We'll get you up that Garmin next year.
I had a voucher. We get vouchers in work if you're like a first aider.
Oh, sweet.
So it covered 3/4 of the cost of it.
Sweet. Joe will do your head in about that. I don't know if the Apple Watches do it, but if you're like, Joe, your heart rate's too high, it gives you like a wee warning to be like, chill out. Mine always goes off when I'm on stage doing stand-up all the time. You can
Mine
turn it
will
off.
go off.
You can turn it off, but it still happens. It's so annoying.
It'll probably go off 100 times tomorrow night, like watching Arsenal.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then it'll go remind you to breathe. And you goes, well, if I wasn't breathing, I'd be fucking dead, wouldn't I? Like, what do you mean remember to breathe? I get that stupid.
Yeah.
What damn? I love my Apple stuff. Like I've got the Mac and the phone and all now, but I wouldn't go to the watch now. The watch is and I've got the AirPods. Just don't become a full kit wanker. Just promise you that. Don't get the AirPods. Please don't get a set of AirPods you're too extreme. You'll buy the headphones. You're the big massive ones they have. You're probably eyeing up them next.
I'll probably wear like a turtleneck like Steve Jobs too. Imagine that.
Middle of summer, it's just be like, but it's fucking freezing in it, like the polo neck on. But very good. I've remember last week, so we were chatting about the darts, and I've sort of had this like reflection going, do I really want to spend all my life in pubs? Do I want to be in the pub all the time? The summers are coming around the corner, the evenings are getting brighter. It's good to be outside. So I went back to darts last week to the league, right? And week one recap for anyone that didn't hear it. Week one was I went to the first night. I lost my first game, went into the losers league, played one game against a guy and beat him, and then lost. So basically beat one guy in the losers league. Week two, so this is the actual official start of the league. You accrue points. It's kind of like the Premier League of darts. You build points up, and if you win the night, you get bonus points, and there's prizes at the end, prize money and stuff like that. So go down on Wednesday night, and I get to the bar. Place is packed. Double the people that were there last week. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. My name gets drawn out to play in the first round. So there's 4 boards, and I'm playing straight away. So I was like, fuck, I just sort of got here. I haven't warmed up or nothing. Play the first guy. Absolute performance of a lifetime. Absolutely pulled it out of the drawer. McAlevey goes up 1-0 against the darts. Checked out on, what did I check out? 60 something anyway. I can't remember. So at the bottom of the dartboard, it's like 19, 3, 17. And I couldn't do the math in my head what I needed to hit, but I knew I needed an odd number. So just chucked the dart at the bottom of the board, hit 17, checked out on double 19, turned around, give your man a wee smile. Went and got my darts, and then I had the darts.
Oh yes.
I had the darts, and I was like, "This is over. This is said and done."
Yeah.
Lost my throw, right? So then it was back to 1-1 pretty quick. Final leg, I get down, check out, beat your man 2-1. I am shaking, like absolutely
Yeah.
shaking in this bar. Forgot to shake your man's hand and all, everything. Bad crack. You had to go up to the boys, due to tell them your results. They write it down on the computer and keep the scores and all. And I was like, I went through the next round, and they're all like, "Shut the fuck up. No way." And they're going, "Up by there, got to like the semi-finals last week." I was like, "No way."
That's mad.
So I was averaging I think I averaged like 52 or something like that, and got a 2-1 win. So I was delighted. Next round, same shit against the darts. Fucking go up 1-0. I'm buzzing and going, "Oh yes, I've got this." I was throwing really consistently, wee bit shaky, and he gets back to 1-1, beats my throw. And then we get down to the third leg. I am absolutely on fire, averaging like 58, near touching 60. I get 9 darts, a double. Double 16, 3 darts miss. 3 darts at double 8 miss. 3 darts at double 4 miss. And then he gets down, first dart, double 20, takes it out. I sit there going, here, I'm telling you now. See, if he didn't get down to double, I still would have been there trying to hit him. Like, it was never, I don't know what came over me. I was just like, "Oh, this is for all the marbles." Like, and absolutely, I'm not gonna lie. I messaged you afterwards. I can't sleep. Like, I'm having
Yeah.
had a nightmare about double 16. Of absolute devastation. But yeah, so I was off to a win start in the darts league. So I'm in for 8 weeks into my dart league every Wednesday night down in Calgary's bar. And so I had the reflection of this, right? Which was the darts isn't going to be great because I'm inside more and I do Maddens on Tuesday nights, so I'm in pubs and blah blah blah. So to right all my wrongs, I signed up for my first ever 5K there on Saturday. Passed.
Yeah.
So at Ormeau Park every Saturday there's a park run. It's called. People go down and do it. Loads of people are part of it. And I get down like 9:20. Tal, there is 600 people at this park run.
Wow.
600 people. And I was just like looking around. And I don't know if you know this about park runs or people that do 5Ks. Not many people rocking up on their own. Like, I am going down like an absolute loner. It's all like groups of girls. Like, see, anyone who's my age, big squads.
Yes.
Like couples and fucking groups of girls and stuff like that. And I'm looking around going, "Fuck, I look like an absolute pervert coming down here on my own." So anyway, I sort of chatted to them. They go, we give you a brief. You run around the park, do 2 laps, and then they give you like a wee token, and that gives you your official time. And I was like, I would just love to see how fast I can do a 5K because I hate running, but I know I'm kind of fit, so we'll see what I can do here. I set off on this 5K, and I made the rookie mistake of being stuck in the middle of the pack at the start. So I'm like 300 people deep, right in the middle.
Yeah.
People are walking. There's a woman beside me pushing a pram. I'm trying to get my 5K going, get this PB and all. Anyway, we'll get out around the course. First lap on, going fine. Second lap, I'm like, fuck, I'm actually doing all right here. I'm going fine. There's nothing, and I mean nothing, that'll humble you more in life when you see somebody at like 70 years of age overtake you on that last 1K of your 5K park run. I'm like, I am an absolute I'm not. This boy, he was like, he must have been 70. And when he went past me, he goes, "You're almost there, young fella." I goes, "You cheeky bastard, like, how dare you?" But guess what my 5K time was? This is an official stat recorded on the website. You can look this up.
I'm actually gonna go quite.
Don't go too high. Don't go too ridiculous. It was decent, but it wasn't amazing. Like,
I'm gonna go 28 minutes 30 seconds.
That's not bad. Yes, 26:59.
That's
all right
for not running a 5K regularly. Regularly. That's fantastic.
Yeah. And I'll say this, there's some, like, it obviously makes a difference when there's loads of people around you. You're like, right, I can't really slow up. And when that old boy went past me, like, I put the turbos on, I had to get him, like, couldn't hit him, run away into the distance, like. But I did one, and I was like, you know what, I'll take that. And I can live with that forever. I think I'm going to push to get sub 25. It's kind of like the darts thing. What happens to me is, as long as as soon as I like kick something off and go, fuck you, that's me done. Like, I'm not going to be one of these sub 20 people or run a marathon or doing it. And here's what I realized, right? See, if a 5K isn't enough to get the endorphins going and make you feel good, you're not well. You're just not well. A 5K is
pick a different sport.
Yeah,
pick a different sport.
That's it. See, people are like, "Oh, I have to go out and run 32K on a Saturday." It's kind of like, this is where like all these like weird kinks and all come from. Just enjoy the if you start looking for more extreme versions of something, you're not enjoying the activity at hand. You know what I mean?
I done one park run in my life, Sean, a long time ago.
Right.
I took it up a notion. I was like, you can't be this. I was definitely below 30, right? Stone, right?
All
And
right.
age.
Thought you meant minutes.
Right. And I went to myself, but I've hated running for a long time, right?
I hate it.
Even when I was sort of half fit, like when I was like 15, 16, 17, always hated any kind of distance run, hated it, right? But I said to myself, you have to be able to run a 5K. Like you can't be under 30 and not be able to run a 5K. So I rock up to this park run in Cookstown.
Mhm.
And at the time there was a guy in work. He was going, "Hey, come on down. It's great. There's people walking and there's all this sort of stuff." I land down. I think there's a lot of boys here, heavier than me. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, hi. I walked half it. Like 55 minutes or something it took me.
No way.
I'm not going back. I'm not going back to that. I have a thing about running in front of people.
What?
That makes it like
oh, right.
if
Right. It's like a social anxiety thing, you're saying.
Yes. So, but it's different if I'm playing like soccer or whatever. I don't mind running. But if for example, I would rather run at 11 o'clock at night. Like say I was trying to be a runner, I'd run at 11 o'clock at night when nobody's around.
So no one can
I
see
just, yeah, I hate it. I remember a couple of years ago, I was trying to get back into running, but only to run like a 5K. I was doing like the couch to 5K thing. And I was sort of getting fed up of running like the same route. So I was like, I'll drive into Armagh, right? Not that far away from me. I'll run around the mall, right? Nice and flat, lit up area. Hadn't 6 yards down and somebody shouted out the window something about my weight. They went, that's it. I can just go back in the car and go home. I was just not paid for it. So I'll never, because I knew you weren't hitting there. You said, I've rocked up on my own. Somebody else should go, yeah, Sean, I'll go with you, not me. I'm like, nah, even if you ask me, I'm just not.
No, I was happy because see what happens to me, right? I'm gonna, you secret here. I'm gonna talk quietly because Washington's still in the house. She listens sometimes when I'm having a conversation on this. See, when me and Austin go out for a run, I may as well be going out for a walk. Like, there's no point me. Like, I'm not sweating. I could come home and climb straight into bed. I haven't broken sweat. And she'd be like, "Oh, I was going to get out for a run." I'm like, "That was fucking. That has done nothing for me." And that's not me being like, "Oh, I'm a fucking super athlete." It's just pointless. I like a good walk. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know I can run a 5K, but I'm just like, what's the point? I'm not going to be a 5K athlete.
In my cycling phase of my life, right, which thankfully I've grew out of, right. I remember going out with a guy who I work with, right. This guy, athlete, but he goes, "I'll go at your pace, take you along." And I was like, "No problem." So that kind of bravado thing comes into it. Right?
Yeah.
So my average speed at that time would have been about 14 miles an hour, right? Which is not great, but it's not like horribly bad, right?
Right.
So we set off, and I have a wee computer on my bike, a Garmin.
This gets
right?
less cooler and cooler every time you talk. How is it possible?
This is a GPS thing that linked to my phone, and basically, it was more for a safety. So I had done a lot of like solo cycling. So basically, it sent like live updates to like Claire. So say for example, I'm going out to do, if I'm not back in 3 hours, check the live update that I haven't been knocked off the bike or I haven't died, right? So that's basically why, right? But it was also cool to look at your stats stuff, right? It was cool, Sean.
To see how slow you're going, basically.
Yeah.
You're not looking to see how fast it's going. I love the update she's getting. It's like, yeah, he's still a cycling gimp. He's in a live cycling gimp.
Right. So do you know what Strava is?
Yep.
So it would have automatically uploaded to
Big kudos.
Strava.
Yep.
There was a section close to where I live. It was about 3/4 of a mile flat. At one stage, I was the second fastest person on that section. And you're going to. So I was the second fastest person that could do that section. So it's a nice flat bit of road.
Right, yeah.
And it had just been recently tarred, so people were like absolutely going paddling as fast as they could. I was the second fastest. And I mean, absolutely.
5-year-old with stablers and a fucking.
No, I mean, but I because my legs are like tree trunks, they'll be quite powerful, which also means I run out of energy real quick. But I used to just go, right, I'm saving myself for this fucking 3/4 mile stretch, and I would absolutely just take off like the wind. Then there was another stage where I was number one. I was the fastest person of this section. The problem is I had forgot to turn Strava off. I was in the car.
You're like 109 miles an hour.
Jesus, Talal's going well. Average
You're
speed of
Talal.
60 mile an hour.
That's whatever you figured out. You're like the first boy to get the electric bike, the e-bike on the go.
It's so funny. Because like people were like, text me going, how'd you do that? Not speed. And I was like, oh, here. I've been putting in the work. I've been putting in the effort.
Yeah, you just got putting the grind, lad.
But yeah. Oh,
that's class.
Yeah. So Sean, you're a bit of a golf guy. You're looking forward to the Masters next week?
Oh, Tony, you're chatting to the right man. I absolutely love that. I have such a random interest in every. Like, I could talk to anyone about any sport, but I don't know everything about any of them. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know enough to hold a conversation about boxing or darts or fucking even 5Ks. I can chat to you about them. But the Masters, like, the Masters this is my, like, I'm trying to think what this would be the equivalent of. The Masters to me now it would be bigger than like watching a World Cup. Genuinely.
Oh, really?
Like,
really?
Like, because you invest interest, McIlroy's hit form, and he does this every year. And McIlroy is the Arsenal of golf.
Has he ever won the Masters?
No. So McIlroy needs to win the Masters to complete a career Grand Slam.
Oh, right. Come on, McIlroy.
There was one year he had a 4-shot lead going into the 12th hole, and he fucking blew it. Like, I mean, put his golf ball into someone's living room, like that lived on the course. It was insane. And there's never been, but the problem with McIlroy is every year it comes around and Sky do press conferences and BBC get him on, and he's never in any form, and he's going, I'd love to win it this year, and he talks himself a big game and then does shape. This year he's off the back of a couple of wins. He's hitting really good form. He's playing well. He's been close with the Masters, lots of top 10 finishes, but never got there. So I actually think this could be the year he gets there. The only problem is there's a guy called Scotty Scheffler who's the world number 1. And
yeah, I know who he is. Yeah,
he was down in the dumpster for a couple of months, not playing well, no wins. But 2 weeks ago, he got his first win, and you're just going, "You bastard!" And Tiger's not playing in it either this year, so that's a big loss. No Tiger in the Masters this year.
Yes,
so we're not going to have the greatest comeback 3.0, unfortunately. But the Masters, I will sit on third. I will sit. No one is taking me anywhere Thursday to Sunday this week. There'll be no 5Ks happening. There'll be no. I don't know what Ashton wants to do. It'll be dodgy.
The Masters is in America, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in where the fuck do you call the place? It's a really racist place.
North Carolina, no.
Georgia. Yeah, Georgia. There's a stage where like I think if you go back in the history of that course, there's a stage where black people weren't even allowed to play on the course. So you can only imagine the scenes when Tiger broke onto the scene and started winning, like absolute madness.
Yeah.
But the Masters is what I actually think. See, if you're not a golf fan, I think even people that aren't golf fans can stick the Masters on and go, "This is unbelievable."
Right, I will watch it because I
don't watch Thursday, Friday. Don't waste your time. Right, Saturday evening, Sunday night. If it's anyway, if there's and you need to pick a guy. Just pick anyone. There's a guy. I think his name is McIlroy. No, but there's a guy, you love him. His name's Min Woo Lee, right?
Oh, lethal.
I think he's from California because, of course, he is, right? And he had a win about 2 weeks ago. So that was like the last tournament before the Masters, and he won it. And they're going mad for him. He's like, he wears like big, like mad Viper glasses and all. Like he's real gay. He's gay, like.
It's sort of the way you just described him there. Is there was a time in basketball, there was a basketballer called Jeremy Lin.
Right.
Wasn't like touted as to be like a top player coming out of like college or anything like that. But there was a specific time frame of about 3 months. And there's an era named after him now. So it's called Linsanity. There's actually a documentary. For 3 months, he became the best basketball player in the world.
Right.
Right now.
But he had his moment.
But 3 months where he was legit the best basketballer on the planet. It's actually a deadly documentary. I remember at the time, sort of half been interested in basketball, and people were talking about Jeremy Lin. And I was like, he's not a player that I would have been familiar with. And then Linsanity started. Like, see if it had been when like TikTok was big and all.
Yeah,
it would have been everywhere. Like, but yeah, insane. Like,
was he like a highlight reel guy? Like just like if you seen like his 3 months highlights or something, I'd be like, this guy's the best guy to ever did. But you're like, that was only recorded 3 months. He never did anything since.
But because he was never like a great shooter or anything. Like he was a good player, but he wasn't like an unbelievable shooter or unbelievable passer. But just ended up racking up all these massive like scores, like 40, 50 point games. I'm like, what the fuck? But it's mad. I don't know. But he's never able to like get that form again.
That happened to guy Jordan Spieth at the Masters. He won like 2 or 3 within like 4 years, but it was like the only thing. He might have won something else as well, but he was the opposite. He was unbelievable, but everyone hated him for no reason. Just like he was class, and they're just like, he's a prick. You're like, why? I don't know. I have no idea, because it's very hard to get a golfer's personality across. There's no like. They all just, they're all very straight guys. They're all sponsored by like KPMGs and fucking PwCs. So they have to be very like down the middle, boring kind of people. But this guy, he was just so boring. They're like, he's a prick for no reason, which I love.
What did you call the golfer always wore the crazy trousers? He's actually an Arsenal fan.
Ian Poulter.
Yeah,
he was.
I always wanted him to win because of Arsenal.
Yeah. But the Masters will be class. It's my dream. It's my dream place. I'd love to go to. Like, Joe, if I ever fell into money, I'd like me and we're going to the Masters. Like, it would be unbelievable. Like,
from the couple of hours I spent with your dad, he would love that.
Oh, absolutely. No, I'm not joking. All week he's been wearing a green jumper because the Masters is notorious. Yeah, he's gone full. Like he works in like in a round a pound, and he's wearing like a green jumper for the Masters. Yeah, I actually, do you know what? I'm so excited. The only people I like watching sports with is like my dad and my brother, because they get it. They'll sit in the house. My mom will come in and be like, "And who's winning?" They're like, "Shush! Like, be quiet. We're all watching." Like, so I actually might head home on the weekend to watch it with him. That could be my plans for the weekend sorted, actually. Yeah. But come on, McIlroy. I'm cheering McIlroy on the way. But I'll tell you this. I'm going to say this now. McIlroy will break everyone's heart this weekend. He'll get close. He'll get close, and he'll just. He's my uncle calls him Mickle Chump, because he just he blows up every time. Like, but yeah. So very excited for the Masters this weekend. We'll finish up talking about the big fight week that was happening. So. This is the best news story to come out of the weekend. Rhys McKee gets his fairy tale win at the UFC.
Yes.
And here, I'll say this, was by no means a like token win, like an easy guy to fight, like an absolute monster display put on, which was brilliant. Finally, Rhys McKee got his moment of I have arrived to UFC. It was class.
Yes. So very happy for Rhys McKee. And Caolan Náran got a win last weekend, I believe, as well. So
was he fighting in Cage Warriors?
He was fighting in the
he's
UFC.
He's UFC. Yeah.
So it's good to see. So
the Irish boys are flying. Still not over the price of the PFL tickets. I actually found I have been digging. I have been in the pits of hell to find fucking cheap tickets for this. I actually know a guy from Newry that's on the card, right? And he has a discount code for tickets, and the discount code gets you tickets for 73 quid. I'm like, that's still not cheap enough.
It's still dear, like
still pricey, like.
Yeah, it is.
For what it is, like, but yeah, who knows? We might end up at it, and maybe one of our good comedian friends will invite us into the box.
Maybe.
Absolutely not.
No, definitely not.
If anyone's got a box for the PFL, let me and Talal know. And Rainbow Competitions, get this box sorted. Get a raffle. Get some tickets sorted.
Get some tickets sorted.
Do you want to? We'll finish on big fight news. Lewis Crocker, Paddy Donovan, sanctioned rematch.
I'm excited for it. I think it's only going to end one way, but the build up, everything, I'm here for it. I'm here for it all.
Yeah, I think for it all. Does it work? So because I don't know much about this, but because Crocker officially got the win, does that mean he kind of holds the chips and like it has to come back to Belfast?
Oh yeah, and he's the defending champ.
Ah, right, okay. So if they try and push it for Limerick or Dublin, he can just go, no, it has to be Belfast. Windsor, see if this is this country in a nutshell, see if they don't get that in Windsor Park. I ain't gonna go mental.
Yeah, well, I seen Frampton fight in Windsor Park and it was deadly.
Yeah, it'll be unbelievable.
But I will be buying 30 ponchos off Amazon and I will be selling them at the event.
Do you think it's got piss? It'll piss with it.
When we seen Frampton, me and Claire had 2 ponchos. And the second we get in, it started to rain, and we threw the ponchos on, and the money we were offered for our ponchos was insane.
No way.
Literally coming up offering you 20 quid like, for your a pound poncho. Like. And I didn't know you back then, but to be fair, you went, yeah, no problem.
So I live beside Ormeau Park, and the concerts be on there. You have no idea the amount of research I put into buying bulk buys of ponchos, like legit, to get them shipped in. I'm like, I just walk up and down that road. I have a card reader on my phone, charge people in, which should be illegal, but I have it. I've got it on there. Only here. How many boys do you know can take contactless on their phone? Do you know what I mean? That's the McAlevey special. That's
Yeah.
class.
No harm if somebody said to me, if you hadn't have said that, if somebody went, who's the one person you know, Talal, that could take out about John McAlevey?
Absolutely.
Thank
My
you,
favorite
Dan,
thing in the world is whenever I'm doing the door mods and they're like, I've only cash. And I go, that's right, take card. And they're like, well, I just show them my phone, the wee contactless thing. I go, just tap that. And they're raging. They think they hit me freebie. Like, not my watch, lad. No way, who they?
Not your watch. But
Well,
yes.
I think the same as you. Probably only goes one way. I hope it doesn't. I hope Crocker comes in with a different game plan and can get the win. But massively exciting for Irish boxing. Like, unbelievable. So very excited for all that there. And yeah, hopefully tickets aren't £70. Here, I'll tell you what, if tickets are £70, take my money. Take my money.
Yeah. Because hopefully the card will be a banger too. Like,
do you know what? It's hard to know what they'll do with the card. They'll put a big fight on with it, probably due to like boost someone else to fight for world title and get them a bit of recognition. But I don't think there's much in the way of Irish fighters at the minute, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Building that way. Like, Colin signed with Channel 5, I think is the deal he has, so he's not going to come across and fight. He's fighting that other boy in May time, I think, so for the European title. So we don't know. We'll get a big night out going, though, I'm sure, whenever it's announced. Eddie Hearn, work your magic. I think the fight has to be on by the end of July, roughly.
Yes, that is true. Yep.
So,
and if I could put it in around the 29th of July, would be great. That's the year I was born, or the date I was born. So it'd be nice way to spend my birthday.
You already know Lewis Crocker's going, get it on the 12th. There is fucking no way in hell they can put that on the 12th. That would restart.
Or that week. Or that week.
Nah, there's no way. That is absolute. Imagine that 12th week. Oh my.
But imagine.
Bank holiday weekend, that weekend, the Battle of the Boyne. I was sticking on then. No. You'd have to bring the army back over.
But imagine like because I love a good promo. Like I see like a real good promo. Like imagine that promo, like the 11th night, you know. Be unreal.
Imagine they've got like the 12th band marching down one way, the fucking Irish band marching down the other way, and Lewis Crocker potted on at the tip of each of them, twirling the sticks.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like Lewis Crocker should get lambagged on or into the ring. Like no music, just three guys with lambags beating the absolute shit out of them. And that is how you get a crowd pumped up.
That would be. I'm trying to think about the inside of Windsor. Does it have like big screens and all that? It does, doesn't it? Like one or two. Yeah, it does. Oh, it'll be amazing. Right. We've had a very excitable episode here. Arsenal Champions League. Lewis Crocker going to dominate the world of boxing. Oh, John McAlevey comes for the Wednesday League, the Arch Championship coming soon. I'm here. I don't care if people don't like it. There's a weekly update coming for the next 8 weeks. So buckle up. And here, I'm paying a favour every week, so I need to get some returns on that. I need to start hitting some 180s or finishing, getting the doubles hit here. Like, I'm losing money at this rate. So thank you everyone that's watched and listened. If you give us a wee share, would really appreciate it. We've been picking up some numbers in the podcast. So any new listeners, thank you very much for tuning in. Tal, anything you want to plug?
Thankfully, no. Thankfully, nothing big on. I'm taking time off. So sorry, I do have one thing. 3rd of May, Hill of O'Neill. We're back in Dungannon. It's a great venue. It's a great lineup of comedy. So good way to factor into your bank holiday weekend. What we see the boys is me, Mark McKearney, Mickey Bartlett, Connor Keys. What more could you want? Nothing.
There's nothing else happening in Dungannon that weekend. So you may as well get it sorted, lad.
So that'll be a cracking night. So
get them tickets bought, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. Up the Arsenal. Can't wait to dominate, and we'll see you all next week when we're going 3-0 into the Bernabeu. Good luck.
Oh, just let me. That clock keeps ticking like a metronome in my